we begin the launch of Baabul online and mobile games this evening. First, let me welcome Mr. Bachchan, and let's give him a big hand. He has found time to come here. The Baabul himself will launch these games. Ravi Chopra, the director of the film, let's give him a big hand too. And we have Mr. Arun Gupta from mobile game for Baabul, and Neeraj Roy, the chairman, managing director of Hungama Gaming. Before we begin this evening, I'd like to show you a 1-minute AV on Baabul and why we are launching these games with this film. And we married this segment with the traditional Indian cultural wedding. We've created games around the Indian wedding, and to take it further, I'll invite Neeraj Gupta.
And mobile gaming has become a very interesting way to interact with the audience. Moj on its part in the last 3 years have been associated with most of the leading Bollywood production houses, and we've created more than 70 different Bollywood games. Gopal Verma's Sarkar, another one on Anil Sharma's Ab Tere Hawale Watan Sathiyon. So it is a great privilege to associate with BR Films on their 50th golden year to work on this prestigious project Baabul. We've essentially created 2 mobile games. One is called The Garland and the other one is called Baabul Shadi Ki Rasam.
Online.
Thank you very much. We'll try and certainly make this brief क्योंकि मैं जानता हूँ आप लोग सब Mr. Bachchan को सुनना चाहते हैं inauguration करें. Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Chopra. It's a privilege for Hungama and India FM to be associated with BR Films and more जाते हैं around the world. That is already eclipsing Japan. जो यूनिक चीज़ हमने इसमें करने की कोशिश करी है वो ये है कि ये it's a multiplayer game और ये game Mr. Bachchan की films जो हैं, I mean there are fans in, I am told, in about 127 countries. So sir, anywhere, anybody will have the option of logging in within the film itself. आप सलमान कर सकते हैं, आप you can be John if you want, and you're supposed to find Rani who's hiding behind certain sort of. It's a very interesting little game which has been developed with the intention of also contemporizing like 75 different digital carriers. And if I have to just pick a leaf from what Mr. Bachchan spoke at one of the IFI events, if I remember, there are 3.6 billion admission tickets that happen.
Promotion used to be very, very basic. We had banners, maybe press publicity, maybe a little bit of radio. But today we can see that the whole world is opening up to us. Today, people like Moj and Hungama are giving us an opportunity to go to the rest of the world just by a click of a button. And that is very heartening for every filmmaker because you are getting a message across as fast as possible. I really thank both of them for joining us up in this venture because normally you'd think that Baabul doesn't lend itself for something like a game, but they've done a fantastic job, and I, for one, am really happy that we are associated with them, and I really hope that you enjoy the games. Thank you.
Sir, we'd like you to launch the mobile game. The mobile game. You have to take the gungat out. Just remove the It was a big challenge because two companies came, I realized that two companies came with two different strengths. Moj in the gaming area on mobile, and Hungama, though erstwhile in gaming as well. You're still on mobile as well. But I think they did a great job on the online thing and the way they showed us the stuff there, the creative stuff. And
about. Because I'm as ignorant as you are about all these games, and it's an educational process for me to come to know from these very learned gentlemen to my left and to my right as they explain what this game is all about. Perhaps if you went onto the net or if you accessed it on your mobile, it would lead you through some process where you would know how this game is played. But I'm glad that new technologies are taking over in marketing and in promotions and the use of the internet, as Mr. Roy was just explaining, to be able to reach as many people as possible. He was just telling me that India is is number 4 on internet access, which kind of explains why when people are asked to vote on the internet for the star of the millennium, you have Amitabh Bachchan coming out number 1 and Lawrence Olivier and Marlon Brando greats not featuring anywhere because there are far too many Indians voting. Thank you.
I think again, I think the person who can tell you about this is Sanjay again, because I really have no idea.
well, it's not about the stars. The association is with the production house.
From around the world. So it is a free paper format, and anyone can sort of log in and get a chance to participate in that.
मेरी शादी हो चुकी है इस फिल्म में. So for me to be garlanding, would look a little inappropriate. Yeah, I used to. Do you want me to stand up and answer, or can I keep sitting? Thank you. I used to play when video games first came out. This is about 25 years ago. But now there are all kinds of modern inventions, and I'm afraid I haven't been able to keep up to it. I sometimes play with my grandson, and he beats me, which is a little embarrassing. But recently, Shahrukh gave me a gift of a game and said, I'll come and set it up for you and we'll play together. But I haven't opened it, and neither has Shahrukh come to set it up for me. So until he does that, I think you'll have to wait for a proper reply from me.
So can I know what is the idea behind it? Because Ravi's been a daughter-in-law in this
Who's this question for me?
Can you say what is the idea behind it? Your daughter-in-law don't hide in the kitchen, So what is the idea behind it?
No, she's not hiding in the. It's a.
What it looks like?
Sure. It is, you have to bear in mind that is something that we are distributing across, not just in the domestic market, but as well as in the international market on the digital and mobile platforms. And that extension and the fact that, when you are a part of India FM, which is the #1 Bollywood sort of site, we work very closely with the studios such as BR Films, and this thought really came around. It is to their credit that they took this entire concept, because you will find that they'll be restrictive to one area itself, and said it'll be interesting, and that's what we're hoping, that it'll be a win-win partnership for all of us.
One song of Baabul has been composed by me and sung by me, and I'm really sorry about that. What can I say? You just,
The tune, so the tune you had for many years, like you had it in your mind. And
No, nothing like that. How do you answer this question? Well, some notes came into my mind which I felt could make a song, which would be appropriate for the film. And I sat with the music director, Mr. Adesh Srivastava, and we designed a tune.
But sir, like your song is not in the audio CD. Instead, like Jagdish Singh has version is there.
Yeah, I'll answer that. Unfortunately, Amit was not in town at the time when we were getting.
That's a lie.
But And it was only on the day of the day before the launch of the music that he actually finished singing the song. So it was not possible for us to put it in the first lot. I couldn't wait for the music to be released. You know, you need about a month and a half for the music to be released before the film gets released. So I had to send it out, but it'll be coming out soon. We are doing a promo for it, and immediately after the promo, it will be a new CD will be launched with Amit's voice song.
Is it part of the film as well?
Yeah, it's very much part of the film. The song is in the film already, and the song is being sung by Amit in the film.
अमित जी इससे पहले भी टॉप फिल्म आके जिसमें इस तरह की कोई गेम्स थी, do you know like उस वक्त किस तरह का रिस्पॉन्स था, how the promotion was that time?
So it's fascinating how technology today has, come together with cinema, mobile, internet, what have you, everything. As somebody from the industry, what do you think of this trend? Where do you see it going in terms of film?
We will have to acknowledge and accept future technology because it's there in front of us. I think it's wonderful to have something like mobile technology and the internet intermingling, getting progressive enough to join in with all our past routines that we've been going through, to enhance our way of life, hopefully, to make it more efficient, to make it more easily accessible. These are some of the inventions that will come. We will have to give in to them. It's been a long ride from the time the wheel was discovered, and we have progressed and we've never objected to it. I think we should acknowledge this technology and accept it as something futuristic, which is being done to make the life of a human being perhaps a lot more comfortable. क्योंकि साधन है और क्योंकि व्यवसाय है और इसलिए उसको किया जा रहा है। अब ये तो कहना बड़ा मुश्किल होगा कि अगर इंटरनेट और मोबाइल मुगल आज़म के ज़माने में होता तो उस समय भी इस्तेमाल होता शायद। अभी मैंने देखा नहीं इसको, आज लॉन्च हुआ है, उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आप मुझे एक गेम देंगे ज़रूर। And once I get it, then I'll pass it on to my grandchildren.
अमित जी जो आपने इस फिल्म में मुखला गाया वो एक सुनाएंगे हम लोग को थोड़ा सा जो आपने
मैं अगर वो सीडी होता तो मैं सुना देता, मैं घर से मंगवाऊँ क्या? नहीं हाँ, वो ऐसे गाऊँगा आप लोग सब भाग जाएंगे।